So, you may notice that I am playing a game now, all of a sudden. You may notice that it was not the next one on the list. It's Gratuitous Space Battles! Figured out how to get it to work, and let's go have some fun, shall we? So this is the main menu here. You can see all this, whatnot. You got some pretty important things here. You got your battle over here, which is all the different missions that you can do. For example, the tutorial here. So deploy the fleet, and you can see normal, hard, and expert. So we have 30 available pilots, and we have 10,000 credits to spend on our fleet. And the enemy race is the Alliance. The map size is small. There's not a huge lot of explanation right off the bat, except this part. Lets you edit the current fleet deployment and whatnot, and it lets you, like, oh, I want this one, I want a cruiser here. You just add a new ship to your fleet. You can do this multiple times. It's like, I want this frigate, because they're cool looking. I want one there. I want one there. I want some fighters. Alright, and now we're out. So because we've reached the limit in either pilots or cash for this mission, you may want to reposition your ships within the deployment zone. Click and drag the ships into position, then click continue. We're all good. You can select one of the ships you have deployed by left-clicking on this window. This will show you more information about the ship. Try it now. The window shows you the information to deploy the ship, its current orders, and the breakdown of ship's design, showing its weapons over here. These icons down here represent the modules on selected ships. Click on one of them to see more details. For example, this one, which is powered armor. By passing beams of charged protons through the nanostructure of these armor plates, engineers can provide high strength without huge weight, although they do need power. And then you have all the different orders here. It's like, I want him to basically ignore fighters, so he's basically ignoring fighters. This is a cruiser, so he's kind of ignoring frigates as well. He's more going after cruisers. He really wants to kill cruisers, where if he goes after frigates, he'd be kind of wasted. But if there are no cruisers, he'll go after frigates first. Oh, right here. Okay. Engage enemy frigates with the given priority and ideal range. To avoid engaging these ships, delete this behavior. Yeah, all you do is just delete this order, and they'll just not go after them whatsoever. Unless they absolutely have to, so that's pretty cool. And you can see he's got 2x cruiser beam lasers, 1x heavy plasma launcher, 2x cruiser rocket launcher, and 1 automated point defense system. And you can see the range here for everything. So frigates are pretty small, so if we engage them at a comfortable range of about 600, both our beam lasers, the plasma launcher, and the rocket launchers will all be within range. The automated point defensive system will, of course, not actually be up there that far. And, of course, you can add orders as well. Like, you can make them do different things. This is like AI kind of things. Like, you can make them vultures, concentrate fire on enemy ships that are already badly damaged in an effort to finish them off. So that'd be good for, like, fighters or small, fast strike teams or whatever. Make them very cautious. Rescue enemy ships, or rescue friendly ships. Protectors that are attacking a specific named ship. I guess that just protects things. Escorts. Shift E is to add escorts. Stay in formation. Return fire against anyone attacking your ship. Keep moving. Do not return fire, basically. Yes, we're going to give them the keep moving order. That way they don't stop moving. And we're going to give that to all of our ships. Is keep moving. Except for the frigates, who I think will automatically keep moving. Well, you know, we'll give it to them anyway. We just won't give it to the fighters, because they should automatically keep moving. I think we can press this galactic button up here to actually issue a galactic... No, okay, never mind. Warped? Oh, I don't know what that means. Whoops. I'm pressing the wrong button. Keep moving. Anyway, you should probably save this fleet deployment before fighting. To save deployment? Yes, deployed. Well, you could say test 1. Save. Alright, so now, the thing is, in this game, you don't exactly control your ships. You give them these orders and whatnot, but you don't actually control your ships. You get to watch them do their shit. So there we go. You can see up here at the very top, it says, enemy vessel identified and marked. You can see there's the enemy ship right there. We got some missiles coming in from these guys here. Our cruisers are moving in. Pretty much everyone's going after this guy right here. This is called Self-Delusional Beginnings. They took some hits, but some of the missiles missed. The missiles are going to branch back around and try and hit if they can. They probably won't. You can see the fighters are here. They're called Stellar Badass. They're here. They're doing some epic damage right now. Oh, and there's one of the plasma cannons from the big ship. There's some lasers. You got no effect on the big ships. The big ships, basic human riots, and law of diminishing returns. Oh, linkage and disequilibrium. You can see his shields just went down there. He's now taking hits to the armor. Or not. One of our guys is, one of the fighters is caught in a tractor beam. I love that you can, like, see all the different things here. And you can see I'm winning 90, I've got 97% of my ships left, and they've got 90% left. My big ships are not within range yet, sadly. Looks like all the frigates are pretty much going after these two ships here. Looks like they took one of them down, which is pretty good. If you can move in to protect that guy, that'd be great. Galactic something. Our shields are down to... Who's Galactic? That guy's Galactic. Their armor is too strong for us. We might as well have pea shooters. Who's Tactile? Normal laws of engagement do not apply. Look at them plasma cannons doing some epic damage there. And you can see all these little humorous things up here. Our shield strength is under 25% now. I hope the Admiral knows what he's doing. Diplomatic angst is taking some fire here. Apparently someone on Tactile something just exploded. Tactile hallucination just is exploding right now. Sadly, you cannot order individual, like, retreats to get behind ally ships or whatnot. You can click on their individual weapons to see information on it. You can also see the red modules are completely destroyed. So you can see this armor is gone. The power generator is still good. This weapon is this ion cannon is partially damaged. Enemy vessel eliminated. Either that or they decided to launch an impromptu fireworks display. So now the battle's over. I don't know if my headset's just turned up ridiculously loud or if that's actually just very, very loud. The battle is over. Battles are not fought to the last life form, but decided once the outcome is clear. If you are the victor, you will have been awarded honor for your victory, which is spent at Fleet HQ. So that brings up the next thing. We gained 36 thing. This is the Fleet HQ. I already went through most of the tutorials here, so you can see you can unlock different things here. Like you can unlock all of these fancy majiggers, like bigger droid, like a droid bay that replaces your crew with droids instead. Target boosters, missile launchers, bigger missile launchers, more crew, point defense systems, faster shields, bigger or smaller shields, even lighter shields, which I don't know why you'd ever buy that. I guess for if you barely ever need shields, I suppose. You could buy different types of ships, like this ginormous Majibber, which is actually a frigate, but it looks ginormous. That's the big one. This is the big one, the cruiser. You can even buy different races. You can buy all kinds of cool stuff, but you have to have the honor for it. And when you have the honor for something, it'll turn green. Clearly, we don't have the honor for anything at the moment. So, there's even like little fighters here you could buy, which look kind of cool, actually. And so if we go back to this is the main thing that I love about this game, is the actual ship design of your ship. So it's like yeah, I have this fighter laser cannon, but I don't want that there. I want to get something better on that, you know? I want to put what can I put on there? And you can see what kind of slot it is by the shape it is. For example, these are hexagons. Yes, these are hexagons. The weapons are hexagons, defenses are squares, engines are squares, others are squares, and you can see all of them. For example, your others are like your power generators. So you got like a fighter power generator here, but this one's got a power generator 2, which may just be too much power, quite frankly. So let's like get the weapon we want on here, which was let's say we want a rocket launcher. Let's say we want this fighter to be a bomber, so we bit of a rocket launcher. You see, we're producing 7.48 power, but we're only using 2.20. So we could scrap this power generator, and you can see the base ship by itself is already producing 3, where we only need 2. Whereas we could, say, scrap the fighter engine here, and now we're using even less. The weapon itself only actually uses 0.20 energy, which is quite a little, because it's a rocket launcher. Rockets don't exactly require a lot of fuel, or a lot of power. However, these laser cannon may require a lot more. Yes, the laser cannon actually requires more than the thing actually gives in the first place. The pulse laser probably requires even more. You can actually see all the different stats down here, which is very nice, actually. It's a glitch-shade weapon, but purely because it's so effective, the best choice for blasting enemy fighters and bombers is this classic effective pulse laser. And there's another pulse laser. So the short range means that fighter mounted lasers like this are either the dogfight lover or for the fighter pilot who just can't get enough of close-in strafing runs on enemy cruisers. Star Wars much? And there are some ships that blatantly scream Star Wars, by the way. But let's say, alright, well, let's say we want this rocket launcher here. Let's say we'll give it the rocket launcher. We'll give it the biggest engine we've got in this bad boy. Oh yes, the module you just added has reduced effectiveness when one or more than one of them is used on a single ship. You can see the effectiveness of any module when the pop-up message hovering over a slot. Like, for example, there's only one of these on here, so it's at 100% effectiveness. So is the missile launcher, or the rocket launcher we've added. Or we can give it a smaller engine, and it uses less power. So right now, we're hitting low below the power mark, so that's good. And also you can see the cost, I believe, changes as well. Yes, the cost changes as well, depending on what you put in there. So, but let's say instead of having armor plating here, let's say we'll give it a basic power generator, so it's got like 6 there. But instead of having a power generator, do we have a shield generator we can slap on this thing? So instead of having armor up here, we don't actually have a shield generator we can put on this thing, sadly. I don't know if fighters can even have shields, but they might be able to if you have like an ultralight shield or something like that. So we've got some heavier armor there, and you can see everything's up at 100% effectiveness. And we don't actually need this, so we can actually scrap that and then put some more armor back here if we want. And there you go. Now we have some lighter armor in the back, but it's Anyway, so instead of having a bulky reactor that we don't necessarily need, now we have a shiny little thing right there. However, if we wanted a weapon that was like a beam weapon here instead, we would, of course, just put that there instead. Now, if you want, you can also change. You can select a different hull. You can select anything you have unlocked. So you can select one of the different fighters here, or you could select one of these bad boys, one of these even bigger things. Rabbit Cruiser, I don't get that. I don't know why you would ever use a ship that looks like that. Then you've got the really big ships, the cruisers. You can see we actually used one of these in the beginning tutorial mission that we did. So you can see we've got all these fancy ships here we can use. However, you can also unlock more of them, of course, because obviously this is kind of a pathetic choice here. But you can see we could like go with this Buffalo cruiser. You can see this has many more slots to play with, and it produces 10 power by itself. And it also uses a lot more things. Can have a lot more things on it. So you see it's got like cruiser lasers. You can see though some of the smaller things like the frigate weapons or fighter weapons, they're blurred out so you can't use them. You see we've got cruiser target painter. I don't know what that is. Target tracking assistance module that fires a highly visible beam at enemy ships and ensures a missile fired at the painted target will always hit. Okay, that's kind of cool. You got missile launchers again. You got quantum blaster. The beam laser boys may have their fun, but more than ever, people are turning to blasters for their needs. Yeah. And then you've got also, of course, you have the beam laser, of course. Of course you have a beam laser, so you'd be like, I want a beam laser. I want one here. I want one here. And you could be like, I want one center weapon there that was just heavy hitting or something else. Like, I want a quantum blaster here. Or I want like a missile launcher there, or the target painter. If you like, you could deck all these out with missiles and put the target painter there, so it'll always hit with your missiles. Or you could throw on, in all these squares, you can have different things as well. So you can have like point defense scanner, guidance scrambler beam, engines other. This is one I almost always put on as an auto repair system. It's damningly effective at repairing things, which is amazing. And it's like, why wouldn't you have one of these? And then, of course, you need a crew module. It's because, obviously, you need 114 crews, so you'd think, let's see. Crew supply 268. I don't need that many, so we'll just put on a small one. We'll put on a small crew module right there. For the sake of symmetry, we'll put this right here. We may need more crew once we've fully decked out the ship, but that's to come later. So we could have, say, we could have, because this is, which one of these? That's a power generator. So we could throw down, say, a reflective shield, right? The shield strength is all well and good, but the shield has a high resistance, meaning it will deflect a number of smaller weapons without even taking hits to shields. Okay, so there's one thing you have to keep in mind with the shields, is there are two types of shields. There's really high strength shields, which means it's like, oh, I have so much HP, you know? You can shoot at me all day, I won't go down. No matter, but the thing is, it'll take hits from other weapons. Reflective shields like this one, with higher resistance, means that smaller weapons, like say, let's say we use a tank as a thing. If you shoot a tank with a 9mm pistol, it's not going to do diddly. If you shoot it with a high caliber rifle, it might take a couple shots, but you'll get through it eventually. But with a pistol, you can shoot it all day, nothing's going to happen, because the shots are so weak they literally do not do anything to the armor. So that's essentially what it is with the reflective shield as well. So you could throw down, say, a reflective shield, and also, this is one thing you need to keep in mind, stacking effectiveness right here. The effective strength of this module for each additional module of the same type that is added to the same single design. Reduce, boost all other modules of this type. So if it's below 1, it'll make everything slightly less useful as you put more of them on it. So you can see that it says 90% effectiveness. However, if it was like, say, 10% effectiveness, it would actually become more effective as you put more of them on it. And you can see, you know, all these different, the shields are different, like, are, you know, 10, or, you know, whatever. Some of them just don't do that, like armor, for example, does not do that. Point defense scanner doesn't do that. It's mainly shield generators you have to keep that in mind with. I don't believe weapons do that. I don't believe weapons do it either. One important thing you have to keep in with weapons here is shield penetration and armor penetration. That's very important, because if you don't have something that can penetrate through shields, you're not going to get through shields. It simply is not going to happen. What did we put on here? Missile launcher. We put on a cruiser missile launcher, which has 52 shield penetration, so it'll probably get through. It'll probably do our damage for shields. Yes. This is another important thing for missiles here is the decoys, because point defense will shoot down missiles as they're coming in. But if a missile launcher has decoys, that means some of the missiles they fire won't actually be doing anything except being there to attract the point defense to hit that instead. And so you can see, like, so since we have a highly reflective shield, we could put instead, since we already have a highly reflective shield, we could put down just another little one, just a little one. So we have a much more powerful shield, but we also have a reflective shield as well. Now, I'm not sure if that actually counts, or if it just, like, counts that we have two different shields. I'm not sure which one. This is true about that. I'm actually just going to get rid of this shield generator altogether. I think I'm going to put this one on here. The problem is that makes our reflective shield slightly less efficient as well, so I think we're going to put this back here for the sake of symmetry once again. We're going to slap some cruiser armor up here. Some cruiser armor right there. That sounds kind of good. We need some engines, obviously. You could just put one engine on, and that would probably do you just fine, but you never know, you might need more than that. You got others, of course, which is a tractor beam. Oh, a tractor beam might not be a bad idea to have. Powerful beam there, which makes use of highly advanced superconductors to trap objects and fix them in place. Used to neutralize enemy fighters and frigates to prevent their escape. That's pretty cool, but it's only got a decent range of 400, and it would have to be right here. So, you can see everything has 100% effectiveness. I don't know why it shows 100% effectiveness even on things that don't have an effectiveness level like that. So I guess something to just keep in mind. If you want more speed, obviously, because I mean, with just one of those, we're not going to go anywhere very quickly. So we've got 3 of those now, and because the armor, I believe, actually does slow us down. Yes, it does. And you can see there's other things you can unlock as well. These are all the things you can unlock in the store. I'm actually wrong. All of these are things you can unlock in the store. The things that are locked for other classes simply do not appear in this. So, like, fighters and frigates don't appear there. Or capital ships. I'm not sure if there are capital ships, but there should be. There absolutely needs to be capital ships. You can see there's many more kinds of engines. There's 3 other engines. Quite a few more into defenses, which looks like a couple shield generators. This one definitely looks like a shield generator. This looks like point defense over here. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. This is important, actually, the Guidance Scrambler Beam. People firing missiles at your ship think they are clever, so clever. But you can show them how smarter by scrambling their guidance systems with this anti-missile beam gizmo. So it actually just kind of eliminates the threat of missiles, which is pretty sweet. And we're going to replace that with our tractor beam, or we're going to replace the tractor beam with that. And you see, we no longer have enough power, so what we can do is take this power generator 3, we only actually have 1, so we can take this power generator 3, scrap it, put it in a 2, and you may be thinking, well, that's less power, it's not going to do you any good. But if we put in another 2, now we have plenty of power. We have 112 versus 89, what we need. Now, admittedly, we could just leave this here, but then we'd have a lot of extra power, and we may not need that much power. But you also will notice now that we no longer have enough crew, so we'll need to scrap this crew module and get a bigger one. Now, admittedly, with this kind of design, you probably won't need more than this amount of crew. But then let's say we need some weapons in the back here, right? Let's put up 2 cruiser lasers, just two normal lasers, some pulse lasers, you know, because pulse lasers are always good. And now we've just got 3 other places, which, since it's the front of our ship, should probably have some sort of defensive mechanism on them. And you can see all of the things here as well. If we had point defense, we might need a point defense scanners. Yeah. Oh, yes, this is also important. PD scanner on board to have any chance of correctly identifying a real incoming missile from its decoys. The enemy ships have the same thing. If this enemy ship doesn't have a point defense scanner, you may find the point defense just shooting down the decoys. If it does have a scanner, it probably won't hit the decoys, unless you have a lot of decoys. So since we've got some space up front, let's just slap on some cruiser armor. Now, note, all of this is going to make the ship more expensive. So this ship currently costs 2,906. So we can type in a new name for this, because it's definitely not a fighter. We can call this DOS Buffalo, since it's off the Buffalo cruiser hull. And we can save that. We can just save that as DOS Buffalo. And yeah, then what the fun part of this is, you go back out to the battle. Go into a fleet, any kind of thing, and then just add in your ship. Add your ship to the fleet. So we have to defend Sirius. So we have to take down these ships. And you can notice all the ships are here, and we can actually go into the editor right here. We can edit a cruiser. You can see cruisers only. Yeah, cruisers only. Fighters only. Or, you know, just everything. So here's DOS Buffalo, and now obviously one Buffalo is not going to be able to take this whole damn thing out by itself. So we'll put down 2 Buffaloes on the opposite sides. We'll give them each a frigate to hang out with. Hopefully that'll do some good. We'll give them a fighter wing behind them. Let's see, what else should we need? Or do we need? Let's see. Put down another Buffalo. How much kind of money do we have left here? We have a lot of money here. You can see as you put more ships in, you actually lose honor here, the amount you would normally gain. So if you max out everything, you're gonna get less honor. But the Turo mission, by the way, gives you little to no anything. So what is direct control actually? Hang on, what is this? Enables mid-battle control ships and disables challenging scores or high score posting. Oh, well, screw challenges. So we can give our ships orders, I think, maybe. And you can see I'll change the difficulty here, which means you get a lot more ships. You don't exactly get more honor, though, but you get more enemy ships. And bigger enemy ships, too. I don't even know what the hell that is. That's terrifying. And then on Expert, you just can't see the enemy, so we'll just play it on normal for right now. We'll do a couple more battles, and then I will kick this off, and we'll go over to Wizorb, which was the last one. Alien cannon fodder selected. Prepare to die. You can see there's the very large missile launchers being fired there. Cobalt squadrons moving in here. Is there anything more satisfying than the feeling of vanquishing another enemy? The ships look so pretty when we hit the fruit tanks, don't we? So, yeah, you can see all of your different ships here talking. You can name them, I believe. So you can name them like Ship 1, or Ship 2, or, you know, Fruit fly of my loins. Solar ninja. Innovate, don't interrogate. It's a rich man's worm. That doesn't even make sense. And where's my fighter squadron? Emerald squadron, that's my enemies. I don't know where my fighter squadrons are. Well, they're in there somewhere. Lasers are us. That sounds like one of my ships. You can see we're actually losing the fight right now. You can see the top left there and the top right. It actually switches between green and red depending on who's winning, or who it thinks is winning anyway. So you can see a lot of our ships are having no effect on this ship right here, and they actually destroyed one of our frigates. Pretty much everything here is on fire. Let's hope the escape pods are still working. And building them. So if any of our big cruisers report that they have problems, that's probably not a good thing. So we can take a look at our ships. Notice our cruisers are doing pretty well. Pretty much every single system on the cruisers is doing well. However, we're having a problem with the fact that even our cruisers' big guns are having no effect on the enemy shields. So obviously the DOS Buffalo is not a good choice for this battle, because they simply cannot get through these shields. Which is not a good thing. Because they got through our shields rather quickly, and are, at the moment, and see, there go the shields on voyeurism to outer space. You can see, we actually took down the shields on this guy. I'm not sure what did that, but something did. And see, now he's taking massive damage. See, his shield's going down, now he's taking ridiculous amounts of damage. This is the guy I'm scared about. This guy back here. Fearless? I'm kind of scared about that guy. Caleb just got nuked. This was his first mission too. That's why they call him Unlucky Caleb, I guess. What? If it was his first mission, how does he already have a nickname? That armor is just too strong for us. We might as well have pea shooters. Okay, so that's one of the fighters, actually, is still talking about... They're just not having any effect on the ships. And we're actually back in the lead now, because we took out one of their cruisers. They're big, honking cruisers. The only problem is now these guys, Searcher and Glorious, are coming in on our sides, and there you have a lot of plasma cannons. So they're doing some epic damage, but our missile launchers are doing some damage here as well. Voyeurism to outer space is not looking good right now. We can edit your orders. Okay, so this is what the editing your orders lets you do. Okay. So these two guys, they stuck together, and they're living for a little bit, but they're not going to live much longer. We definitely did not win this fight. So the DOS Buffaloes are not the correct ships for this fight. So I think I'll design a few ships off level. And we're actually still winning, though. I'm amazed that we're still winning. The thing is, once we lose one of those ships, they'll probably jump down to, yeah, 50%. Yeah, that's not exactly good. We did lose one of the DOS Buffalo. Uh-oh, there's another one. Structural integrity just collapsed. Get your ass to escape pod. My luck just run out. I took some serious damage. Lasers are us. My weapons are out. I can't do much good here. I'm heading away from the battle. Good luck, guys. If someone just burnt their space bagels, so this ship is on fire. So, we're pretty much being destroyed here. Zeitgeist Heist is the only ship left on our side that's actively fighting, and they just went down. Many Federation lives lost, and we're still a huge financial loss. Those spaceships aren't cheap, you know. Yeah, I know. So you can view statistics here to view all this stuff. Most effective ship design was the tutorial fighter. Least effective ship design was the tutorial frigate. Most effective one was the fighter laser cannon, and the frigate missile launcher. Frigate missile launcher was the least effective. So the frigates were completely useless. So I think we need to design some new fighters. We need to design a new frigate, and definitely need a new cruiser. So I'll be back when I've done that, and then that'll be the last fight. So I'm back. I've designed a few ships, one for pretty much every class of thing. Except for the cruisers. The cruiser I decided on a single ship, which is going to be good. First of all, get rid of all of this crap. Okay. Alright, so we've got quite a few ships here. We're going to just do cruisers right now. Oh, I think that turns off cruisers. Yeah, show cruiser designs, it turns it off. It's like, I don't want to show cruisers or frigates right now, so I'll just show my fighters. So I've got the Falcon fighter, and I've got a Leo bomber. So this is the default fighter that you saw earlier. It's pretty significant. It can easily engage smaller ships and take them down relatively easily. I just realized, because I went with primarily fighter fleet, I'm now out of pilots. So that's it for fighters. Move on to the frigates. We've got the Fox frigate. It has pretty good defense systems, and its primary weapons are missiles, so it should be able to punch through shields relatively easily. finally, we have the 3 cruisers that I made, which are the Plasma Eagle, Missile Eagle, and Beam Eagle. These are all variants of the Eagle class ship, you might be able to see. So the Plasma Eagle leads with a lot of plasma cannons, and it will absolutely decimate larger ships. Absolutely. And the plasmas are mainly for getting through shields. Put that guy right there. And then we've got the Missile Eagle and the Beam Eagle. The Beam Eagle is readily available to take down pretty much any armor immediately. The Missile Eagle, smaller and slightly different than the other Eagles, is faster, and it carries missiles instead of normal weapons. So it has a assload of missiles, as you might imagine, and because those missiles need to be effective, it carries a target painter as well, so it should be able to keep off the enemy ships, mostly. Alright, so we've got a fair amount of ships set up here. We're only getting 114 honor out of this, but I don't give a damn about honor. I'm just demonstrating the game right now. So, fight! And I love that it goes so quickly. Also, all of the Eagles have a lot of repairing abilities, so they should be able to be okay. Small welding drones you see hovering around damaged ships are repair robots that indicate the ship is attempting self-repair during battle. Ships being constant damage will be unable to make use of the auto-repair systems. So we've got quite a significant lineup of cruisers here, and then frigates on the end. My proboscis sucks. My proboscis sucks. This is the same guy. Intelligent life sought. So far we are winning, although we're both at 100% right now. The aliens have been destroyed. Either that or they've launched an impromptu fireworks display. It's like phasing aquatic life forms in a stasis chamber, really. Shooting fish in a barrel. One of the fighters is apparently fused. You can see the plasma cannons. They're doing massive damage to shields when they hit, anyway. One of their ships is already destroyed. I think that's one of their ships. Yeah, that's one of their ships. So you can see the Falcon over here taking epic damage here. Well, it was taking epic damage, but everything's missing now. So, you can see there's the missile cruiser, which has... And also, because all the ships have guidance scramblers, pretty much all the ships, except the missile ship. The missile ship does not have guidance scramblers. Missiles are pretty much ineffective. So you can see them like squirming around and whatnot. You can see them all just breaking off like one hit out of the 5 missiles that are launched. And you can see so far we're winning, but not by a lot. So you can see some of the smaller ships are still ineffective against their big ships, which is obvious. But once their shields go down, they get wrecked. Basically, is what I'm trying to say here. Oh, there goes one of my guys. We're only 1% under them. I don't like that he's missing that much with the plasma cannons, and yet they're not. Wow, that was a lot of damage to the shields there. Empathic empathy is taking some electrical damage there. It's very interesting. That's one of the things you can buy in the shiny store. Is like electrical countermeasures and whatnot. Looks like those lasers are still having no effect, but the beams are only there to actually take down other things. The plasmas are there to primarily get through the shields. Once the plasmas get through the shields, plasmas and missiles will go through the shields. Everything else, not so much. And once they do that, hopefully we'll be able to get through something. So you can see, like, the tentative tentacles here has its shield strength is being diminished because it's being fired at by pretty much all of the enemy ships except for this guy down here, who's taking some damage finally. Looks like only 2 ships are actually fighting him. So that's nice. Oh, look, there's actually a small little cruiser in here, or a frigate. I guess it's a frigate. Tentative tentacles says they have multiple hull breaches, but they don't. By the way, this bar right here is orange normally. That's their armor. They're saying that they're getting hit, but they actually don't have any breaches because their shields are holding. In fact, everyone's shields are holding. The shields on these are so good that it's just not going down. So, yeah. That's something that you should know. And whereas Fearless's shields over here are down, and he's taking hits from everything. Pretty much. Sadly, the beam ship is not even bothering to shoot at him, which kind of sucks. Because he's going after this guy, and his shields are still up. So, if he was attacking this guy, he would be losing health so quickly, because... Oh, look, he's actually attacking now. His beams are actually attacking now. Ooh, he's taking some electrical damage there. Looks like he's still good, though. He's just kind of offline at the moment. There we go. And you can see he has multiple beam weapons. Multiple beam weapons. And he's also got a single cruiser missile launcher, just to balance out a little bit. The plasma launcher there. Oh, that's excellent. Charred alien spaceships in the morning. How can you smell charred alien spaceships? Glorious just went up in a glorious smoke of work, or smoke. So we can go to Fleet HQ. We can buy some stuff if we have the money for it, which we don't have the money for anything. However, one thing I noticed. So let's go back into that battle, because you'll notice the big ships, their shields never went down. My ships, their shields never ever went down. We also unlocked several new missions here as well. For example, the Lagoon Nebula. Spatial anomalies. All ships require engines to get to the battle. Fighters unusable due to high levels of radiation. Oh, so that's interesting. So the Alliance is the one we were just fighting there. You can see here we can fight rebels. There's more spatial anomalies here. Again, fighters are unusable, and shield strength of all ships are reduced by 50%. So this would be a very bad place to use the ships I designed, because they rely heavily on their shields. And here, their shields are weakened by 50%, which isn't exactly good. However, if we were to go back into the defending Sirius, if we were to scrap these ships, because they did nothing during the battle at all, you can see now, instead of getting 1,000 or 100 honor, so we get 5,600 honor. That's much better. And because there are simply just lots of things here. So there are things that simply should not attack fighters, or frigates for that matter. Those are the plasma ships at the ends there. So we're going to actually move this guy up, so he's matched up with these guys. So there's a missile in the middle, I believe. Yes, there's a missile in the middle. He should not go after fighters either, so we're going to have him ignore fighters. The beam guy, we can have him go after pretty much anything, so he'll do that. The plasma guys, again, do not go after fighters. We can add another beam guy in here. We can actually... Hang on a second. 1 second, hang on. Okay, so we have beam, plasma, beam, missiles, plasma, plasma. Okay, so delete this last plasma down here. Alright. I want to structure this a bit better. So we got missiles in the middle. Right, missiles should be in the middle. Alright, missiles in the middle. And 2 beams on there, and then the plasmas on the far edge. That works for me. So we've got plasmas on the far ends, then beams beams on the sides and missiles in the very middle. There's only 1 missile, so we're gonna get 5,480 honor if we win this fight. So let's check it out, shall we? And you can see immediately they start shooting. That's glorious. You can see the beam ships are attacking the fighters. However, they're not doing much, I notice. But then again, neither are the enemies. Our shields are holding so well right now. Admittedly, we're not under huge fire right now, but we're still holding very well. Some of our ships do have fire shields. The plasma ships do not have armor. Ooh, we're actually taking hull damage. Who's taking hull damage? No one is taking hull damage. So I don't understand why it's like showing hull -1. Maybe, oh, it's the fighters that are taking damage, not us. Okay. see, most of their ships actually have no effect on our shields whatsoever. However, someone has electronic weapons, and that is really screwing with my missile guy, which is kind of sad. You are inside of our shields. Should that not hurt you? Empathic empathy is enthalpy, actually. Obsessive-compulsive misbehavior. There's tentative tentacles again. Probing proboscis and voyeurism to the bottom of the sea. So we can see we have not taken a single loss yet. Tentative tentacles apparently does not have strong enough weapons, which is not makes sense because they could be talking about the fighters. They should not be targeting fighters though. Are they targeting fighters? No, they are not targeting fighters. Okay, just make sure. So you can see our shields have yet to go down on any of our ships, whereas the enemy ships are being rapidly destroyed. You can see that's a targeting painter right there. I believe that's actually us doing the target painting there, not him. I see. Once he loses shields, he'll be much more susceptible to beam guys. The beam guys do a lot of damage when the shields aren't up. So yeah, like I said, we've yet to take any hits to the actual armor or hull, even, of any ships. So 2 reflective shields seems to be more than enough to hold off the guys on Sirius. Ooh, did someone else explode? Oh, there goes Glorious. Now we're down to just Fearless and Searcher, and also some fighters. But you can see it's 100 to 42% at the moment. You'd think the game would have already figured out that we were going to win. Last impact in vaporized the ship's galley. Looks like we're eating out tonight. Is that what he just said? The thing is, you know, all the ships say like, "Oh yeah, we're losing hull or whatever." Actually, I suppose the tentative tentacles, is that what this ship is? Yeah, tentative tentacles is the only one to have taken actual hull damage. But he's being repaired at the same time by the robots, so go robots. He's actually taking damage. I'm not sure why he's taking damage, but there goes their big ship. It's 100% to 24%. You'd think the game would figure out who wins by now. But who doesn't mind watching explosives? Oh, by the way, you can also speed up the game to ridiculous things. It actually speeds up the music as well. So that's pretty cool. You watch the enemy ship just getting absolutely destroyed here. And you can see now we have over 5,000. Now we can buy pretty much anything we want except for ship hulls or races. However, we could buy the Rebels. Yay, Rebels. But once unlocked, you need to select them as the active race for their ships, to use their ships. And then there's also all of these shiny things. There's the Federation ships we can use here. Now, we can afford these, but we can't buy them because we don't have the races for them yet. Like, there's the frigate, one of the frigates, Wolf frigate. You can see all of its hard points and whatnot. Panther cruiser. 8 hard points, 7 modules. That's a cruiser. Of course, it's going to be bigger. Standard modules. This one's a little bit. This one's a little bit different because this one's got 1 weapon and 2 standards. So, can't make weapons or any other kind of ship module. Interesting. Anyway, you'll notice that there's other ships in here that we can't access at the moment. And also, one thing I should mention at the main menu, you can see all these down here. These are all the bonus races that you can buy via DLC. And each one of them comes with new ships, weapons, armor, defenses, things like that. And just glorious things. And I believe this ship right here in the corner here is actually one of these guys' ships. I'm not sure. It could be Rebels from the look of it, but I'm not sure. So let's do one more fight here. We'll do Encounter at Andromeda versus the Empire, which is a race we have not unlocked yet. And we cannot see their enemy deployment whatsoever, so I don't know what they're going to do. So we're going to pull out a Beam Eagle. We're going to put that right there. We're going to put a Missile Eagle in front of it right there. We're going to put another Beam Eagle here. We're going to see if our previous deployment worked for this battle as well. It probably won't, because usually one deployment will not work for both, for more than one fight, so we'll just try this out. At the moment, we can't actually get any honor from this fight. I'm not sure what the point of this fight is then. Anyway. This is a survival battle, which means that ultimately defeat is certain. There are never-ending number of ships that will attack in waves from all angles. See if you can keep your fleet alive longer than anyone else. Oh, do you get stuff for destroying enemy ships? So no matter what, you will lose this, but eventually there will be... Okay, see, those are the bigger ships that they have available to them. I'm not sure what they have for shielding, so I've never actually fought against those guys, but I've seen them in various like Let's Plays and whatnot. So we can just speed it up to double speed. We can speed it up way faster, up to 4x. This is quadruple normal speed, as you might be able to tell. So we can slow it back down now because our ships are within range of the enemy ships. So we'll slow it back down to 1. We'll check out how our shields are faring. Our shields are apparently faring very, very well against these guys. They have, even their big ships have no effect against our shields, which is nice. So our ships will, well, I suppose if their shielding lasts and they stop getting electrocuted like that, supposedly, I guess maybe the last, I guess indefinitely, I suppose. If we can get through their shields and actually destroy the enemy ships, that is. We've currently destroyed 20. That's pretty good. Outflanked. Which one are you? You did not take any hull damage. Your automated drones, automated repair systems are not online. There's no need for them to be online. You're not taking damage of any kind. Drinks on me after the battle. For it's only a flesh wound, I presume? It's only a dream. Okay. Well, it's only a dream. I will hold you to that. The drinks after the battle. Oh, there goes their shields on that guy. Ooh, now he's taking hits. Sadly, the beam guy is now offline while he was doing that. Electromagnetic pulse system just knocked it all out. Well, that's not good. Oh, he's taking some bad hits there. From beams, missiles, torpedoes. He's just taking hits from everything at the moment. Oh my goodness. Look at all those lasers hitting all over the place. We're up to 2,000 on destruction total right now. It's not bad. What is +6? Show damage levels for each hit. Oh, okay. So I can turn that off if I want. Oh, now we've got new ships coming in from the bottom. Which means our ships are going to have to turn around, which they're not exactly effective at. Nothing beats your targeting computer confirming another good kill. There's a hull breach on decks 4 and 6. Good. It's only a dream. You are actually taking damage. I'm not sure how you're taking damage. Look at all of the no effects popping off of our shields. That makes me happy. You can see the automated repair system is actually repairing stuff as it goes. In fact, it actually needs to repair itself, which just makes me kind of sad. How are they getting through your shields? Your shields are still up. How are you getting hit in the hole? And that doesn't make any sense to me. I really don't understand how that's taking damage when its shields are still up. Are fighters able to punch through shields? I'm not sure about that. Either stop doing that or get us better inertial dampening systems. But we're up to 6,000 destructions. That's not bad. However, there are about 30 million fighters all over the place. So if anyone yeah, this guy is getting literally eaten alive by fighters. Again, I'm not sure how, because his shields are still up. I don't know how he's getting killed by fighters. I really don't. The big ships are literally no harm to us. It's the fighters that are tearing us apart. The thing is, we don't have anything that can kill fighters. We don't have an eagle that is destined to kill fighters. The beam is probably the best we can get to kill fighters, but... This is Recruit Career Alpha. We're starting to fix things up down here. Good. Looks like the ship's actually coming back online. As it is right now. That's pretty good. I think repair systems actually eventually quit working altogether, even if they are still like in working condition. They just eventually stop working. Like, I mean, just look at how many bombers and fighters there are everywhere. Look at all the no effects and all that. We actually just lost a ship. Again, I'm not sure how, because he had full shields when he died. I don't know how they're doing that. Maybe they have some kind of special shield penetrating weapon. I mean, yeah, shields can be penetrated, but I've yet to see anything that can actually do it. Because everything has a shield penetration on it, and that's just for actually hitting the shield. It doesn't actually go through the shield and hit the hull or armor or whatever. But I don't know how they're doing that. The problem is, our ships are separated right now, and these two down here are literally being murdered by fighters and bombers. I don't know how that's happening. I need to wrap this up and play Wizorb though, so let's speed this up until the point where we lose. So we just lost another ship. Survival of the fittest is being absolutely swarmed by fighters right now. It's only a dream and little green men are doing absolutely fine against the big ships, but yeah, like I said, survival of the fittest is being swarmed by fighters. It looks like the armor allows that ship to basically withstand that forever. So maybe I should look into adding some armor on all my ships. I'm not sure what the white bar is. What is that? Shield stability. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is about that, but it's you can see this little white bar going down here. Eventually, when the cruiser auto repair system hits 0, that means it will no longer be able to repair the ship, which is very, very bad. You cannot make a ship that will last forever, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at here. You make a ship that will last a damn long time, but eventually it will run out. Like, watch what happens when this runs out here. Yeah, see, we found our screwdrivers and are now getting to work. Good job. Well, the problem is, yeah, see, look what happened to him once his repair was down. And he's dead. And now all the bombers are going to move on to these two ships up here, which are... One of them is actually off-screen at the moment. The little green men is going to have a problem here in a second. Which were you? It's Only a Dream is already having a problem with the fighters, and they're not even going after him as much as the other guy. They're going after the little green men like crazy. Good news, we've destroyed 11,676 here. Launching batch of repair drones. Yeah, the thing is, the repair drones eventually just go away. So, that's one thing I don't really like about it, is that the repair drones just go away over time. I don't really like that. But, yeah. Anyway, you can see here, yeah, these ships aren't exactly effective against fighters, so you can see they're literally just being torn apart. Like a swarm of angry bees. You can see there goes It's Only a Dream. Little green men still holding up, but now it's literally the only ship now for any enemy ship to fire at. So, it's not going to last much longer. However, its repair systems are still online. So, it's going to last a little bit longer, but it's not going to do much more. I wonder how far our restriction total will go up over 11,791 after this point. Do fighters even count for that, or are we even hitting them? Because I don't think we're even hitting the fighters. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure if they're even hitting, if they can even hit fighters, because I don't think the fighters have gone away at all. Because oh no, we did hit fighters, just not very much. We hit for like 20 destruction, which I guess is like 1 fighter, so that's not bad. However, it is glad to know that our ships did far more than what they should have been able to do. They destroyed basically every last cruiser and frigate that came onto the screen. The fighters were their ultimate downfall. If we had something that could kill fighters really easily and add them into this fleet, then we'd be much better off. So you can see, he's just about to run out of repairability here. And then suddenly he's going to start taking a lot of damage very rapidly. Again, I'm not sure how they're getting through the shields. I guess maybe fighters... I know fighters do have to get through shields, I'm just not sure how they're doing it. Because if they had to get through our shields, they'd never be able to. Because look at all the no effects there. Now suddenly they're hitting our shields again. I'm not sure what's up with that. Doubtless the inhabitants of your home will sing songs of your considerable valor, for a little while at least. So I don't think... You don't actually get anything for that, do you? You don't actually get anything. Least effective ship design was the Missile Eagle. So maybe we'll scrap that next time, make a new Eagle that just decimates fighters, maybe. Damage delivered, damage received. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, yes, right here. Missed delivery. Potential damage of your missed shots. My goodness, look at all that right there. Missed received. Oh, wow, that's a lot of damage that they received. Shield. You can turn off the shields that we received. We reflected quite a bit by our shields. Their amount of reflected by shields is insignificant compared to the amount we reflected. Like, look at this reflection right here. You can see here all of the ships that they brought up against us, whereas we only had 5 ships. So, whereas they had all of these ships. You can see here, the majority of them were in fact fighters, and that's what ended up doing us in. Actually, there were quite a few of them. Laser cruiser, damage sponge, anti-fighter frigate. Yeah, I might have to make a couple of those anti-fighter majiggers and turn those in. Just make them all target fighters. So, not bad, not bad. We did pretty good on that. So I'm going to go launch Wizor, which is the last game for the Humble Indie Bundle 6.